In this video, we're going to improve the interface of our system, because, as we saw in the previous video, the information display is confusing. So, we're going to organize the information visible when we enter a country's record, and define areas for the form. How are we going to do this? We're going to create groups. Let's see how this is done in Genio. In Genio, we have to go to the form that corresponds to the form we want. In this case, count P. We know that count P is the form we want, because if we look at the URL, it includes count P. That is how we know which form to look for in Genio. So here we have the form count P. And let's go to the form editor. In the form editor, we can see the fields that we want to organize. One way to create groups is to press Ctrl and then select the fields we want to have in the group. After we've selected all the fields we want, we right-click and select Create Group. Right away, we can see that Genio has placed a dotted line around the fields that we selected. This is a pseudo field. It's not an actual field, it's a special control zone. Right now, this zone is in invisible mode. We know that it is in invisible mode, because if we go to the properties, we see that the visibility is false. So, we're going to change the visibility to true. So, right now, we have a group here, which we can label. Let's call it, for example, country. And this group is where we'll insert information about the country. Next, we have fields for the people, income, quantity of people and average income. And we can also create another group for these fields. So, we're going to do the same thing. Control, select the fields we want, right-click, and create a group. And, once again, we see a dotted line around this group, which is also invisible. And we also see that another pseudo field has appeared here. Like before, we're going to make this group visible. And we're also going to add a label. We'll call this group people. And there's one more group we want to create, with the subdivisions and the subdivision categories. So let's select these two fields, and create a group. Like before, we're going to make the group visible. And, as for the label, we're going to write country subdivision. So, we've created the groups we wanted. And let's now see what Genio will do with the changes we made. Let's generate the code. And it's over. After building the system through Visual Studio, based on the code generated by Genio, we are now going to check the impact of the changes we made to the group. So let's go to the countries form and let's search for Canada. And let's enter Canada's record. At a first glance it looks unchanged, but there's a slight difference. Right now, we have these three boxes with the fields we selected, which form three different groups: country, people, and country subdivision. So, basically, what the groups do is they place a frame around the field selected. We can do this to any other form. But, right now, we are going to make one more change in this form. We're going to make it so that the information in each group is only visible when we click on the area. Basically, we're going to create a collapsible zone.